Happy holidays and welcome back to me talking about whatever interests me at the time of recording. You know, I just haven't really been in the Christmas spirit recently. I've just been holding on to Halloween, just like the spookiness of it, like the feeling, the vibes, and I just haven't really been feeling like Christmassy. So I thought to myself, how could I do both? How can I make a video that's just a little bit Christmassy and a little bit spooky at the same time? I just needed that good mix. And then it hit me. Anti-Santas. Now I love a good anti-character. Melvin has Melly, Guts has Griffith, and the Crimson Chin has the Nigga Chin! You know who else has his own anti-characters? Santa, the jolly man himself. And we're gonna start out with his most famous today, Krampus. Who is Krampus, you ask? Well, he's a half goat, half demon who literally beats people into being nice and not naughty. In other words, he's the anti-Saint Nick, at least the most famous one that most people have heard about. I think he's cool as hell though. Now look, if you like kids, that's perfectly fine. But me personally, I'm not a fan. So it's kind of nice to see somebody terrorizing them a little bit, Krampus's name originates from the German word Krampen, meaning claw. While it's Santa's job to provide joy and toys to children, it's Krampus's job to swat wicked children and stuff them in a sack and take them God knows where. Now, the legend says you can end up in multiple different places, but the most common are eaten as a snack, drowned in a river, and my personal favorite, dragged down the hell. According to the Krampus lore, he shows up on December 5th, also known as Krampusnacht or Krampus Night. So on that Krampusnacht, he would show up and rattle chains to scare kids, or he would beat them with a rod, and then he would leave said rod in their shoes for them being bad. This is in contrast to Saint Nicholas, who shows up on December 6th and leaves presents in shoes. Also, here's a fun little thing about Krampus. For a time being, during World War II, the Catholic Church forbade Krampus celebrations. And not only that, the Nazis and fascists found him despicable because he was considered a creation of social democrats. Okay, so let's break this down so far. We have a hot, half-goat demon who punishes children and is a social democrat. Can he get any cooler? Yes, he can. We got Krampus postcards, and not just the scary ones, we got sexy ones too. Krampus TV episodes, Krampus chocolate, Krampus figurines, Krampus horns, and to top it off, Krampus loft, which is basically just SantaCon for Krampus. The holiday is usually celebrated in Germany, and men will bar crawl and get drunk and chase people through the streets and just cause lots of mayhem. When you hear it, it sounds more terrifying than fun, but people tend to enjoy themselves. And unsurprisingly, they even started doing it in LA, which makes sense. I think people really just want new ways to celebrate the holidays. I mean, some people travel, some people make hot cocoa bars, and some people dress up as demons and chase people around with chains. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. This next guy is a little bit nasty. And I don't mean that as a joke. He's just genuinely dirty. Belsnickel. You probably remember Dwight dressing up like him on The Office, and you kind of probably remember him kind of resembling Santa Claus just a little bit. And you'd be somewhat right, except Belsnickel himself wasn't actually Santa. He was more like a helper or a sidekick to Santa. Oftentimes he'd be wearing furs or rags and patchwork, and he would darken his face or wear a mask to appear more fearsome. In most of the legends, Belsnickel would accompany St. Nicholas on December 6th. Not unlike Krampus, he would also punish the misbehaving kids, but he'd also carry treats and candy in his pockets to give to the obedient ones. And though they are similar, as far as I know, everyone kind of has their own preference, whether they want to go with Belsnickel or Krampus. But there's probably somebody out there who probably does both. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Another interesting fact, sometimes Belsnickel just kind of appears as a woman. Just something Belsnickel's into. Okay, now we have to talk about the most controversial figure, Zwarte Piet, also known as Black Pete. The story starts out not so bad. Zwarte Piet originated in Dutch, and he was just a tall and gaunt guy with a dark beard and dark hair. He was pretty much just the opposite of St. Nicholas. He gave out coal to misbehaving kids and occasionally bonked a kid on the head when he needed to. Overall, not that bad a guy. His original appearance was supposed to reflect a Spaniard pirate. A very common threat they would tell the Dutch children was that Zwarte Piet would come and drag them away to a pirate's hideout and beat them. I mean, it's very consistent. Everything is, hey, this alternative figure to Santa Claus is gonna come and take you away and beat you and do bad things. So yeah, basically just something to scare the kids. What's interesting though, is there is history in this. Zwarte Piet was made into a Spaniard because of the political situation in Holland at the time and the revolt of the Spanish Netherlands and yada yada yada. This doesn't sound like Christmas to me. All you need to know is Zwarte Piet was a devil-like figure and Saint Nicholas was like a godlike figure. They fought, Saint Nicholas won, so in that instance, Zwarte Piet was supposed to serve Saint Nicholas. They changed that At the height of imperialism, though. Imperialism made everyone just a little bit cuckoo, just a little bit delusional. They were like, now, hear me out here. What if we make him Indian or African? And instead of pirate clothes, he wears tattered clothes and chains. And he's not a god anymore. He's just some guy that was okay with being enslaved by St. Nicholas. Guys? Right? Whoa. What happened? Did we skip a chapter? Did we miss an episode? How did this happen? Yes, I'm sorry. This is going to take a bit of a dark turn here, so if you don't want to watch anymore, I would completely understand that. Thank you for staying up until this point. Since the 1850s, people have been portraying Zwarte Piet in blackface and him as being submissive and jolly and dumb, the very same qualities that they showed for African Americans and black people in minstrel shows in America. Thankfully, due to the protests in recent years, he isn't portrayed like that as much anymore. Instead, people dress up as Chimney Pete and with lighter makeup to resemble soot instead. But this doesn't mean that everybody agrees with it, and some people still do dress up as Zwarte Piet. Hopefully with time and continued activism, things will change, but people are very stuck in their ways and people tend to not care about anything, so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of doubt it. But I have a solution to this. What if we take the Krampus loft, right? The Krampus night where everyone goes crazy. We bring that to Holland. We let them go crazy and attack specifically the people dressed as Zwarte Piet. Boom. Solves the problem. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I feel like they butchered Zwarte Piet's character. I mean, he had some interesting character backstory going on there, and then it just took a nosedive and a turn in a complete different direction than we thought it would go, and I'm not a fan of it. If you like this video, leave a like. If you like my content, send me a picture on Twitter, those 3 numbers on the back of your credit card. Subscribing works too, though. Whatever it is you celebrate, I hope you have a happy holiday and a happy new year. I'll see you guys later.